Right, Calidi podcast. We're down here with someone who's a little bit different this time. We don't have, it's not a burnout driver. It's not a burnout car owner. It's Sutto. Sutto the Fiery. Sutto the Fiery. Tell us, who are you, mate?
Yeah, my name's Anthony Sutton, or also known as Sutto.
Only known as Sutto. No one knows your first name.
Oh, some people do. Some people do.
You didn't mind phone as Sutto.
Yeah, work on the fire team at Sydney Dragway. Been there since 2005, and
Fucking hell.
currently still there. I had a 2-year break, but yeah, I'm still there.
Couldn't keep yourself away, could you?
No. No.
Mate, what do you do for a crust? Are you a full-time Fiery or?
No, I drive tow trucks for Kevin Waters Towing.
Okay.
I'm a volunteer fiery out at Berkshire Park, which is what the rest of the fire team's made up of.
Okay, I didn't know that. So most of that crew is from Berkshire.
Yeah, so virtually that whole crew is Berkshire Park, yeah.
Well, there you fucking go. I didn't know. I've known them all for all those years. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
And right, how long have you been a rural Fiery for?
As of last month, I just clicked over 30 years service.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
It's a long
Joined
time.
in 94.
That's a long time of putting yourself out there without getting paid, really. Like, it's just a love of it.
100%, yeah. And if I don't do it, then...
You're right. If you don't do it, there's no, like, everyone else could not do it for the same reason.
That's right. And, you know, I've been to a lot of jobs in, obviously, where you are at Londonderry with floods and fires, Dave. So, you know, it's just something that I've always liked to do. And then I managed to get onto the team at the Dragway and been there ever since. So,
Yeah, right. Do you only do the Fireys at Sydney Dragway?
No, I do other roles there. I do track walker.
Also on the drag events?
Yeah, so
Okay.
on some events, if they've got enough fireys and they're short on like track walkers or on the start line, I'll put my hand up and say, all right, well, I'll work on the start line or the track walkers or the cleanup crew, whatever needs to be done. If I'm available, I'll do that. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Mate, how did you get involved in East Creek? What drew you to come to the burners? Are you car related? Are you car minded? Do you love cars? Is that what drew you to go out there to be a Fiery out there, or was it just another opportunity to be a Fiery?
It all started years ago. Like, obviously, they used to have like burnout comps at Penrith Paceway, and I went and watched my cousin do a skid there, and I thought, oh, how mad would it be to, you know, be involved? And when the Dragway opened in 2003 or 2004, I was there the day it opened. I sat in the grandstand from the time it opened till the time it finished, and I didn't move all day.
Yep.
And I saw the fire crew, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be mad. And then...
They have a mad fire truck.
Yeah.
I think it's still the same one, isn't it?
No, we used to have the Chevys. We had a 454 big block.
I remember that one.
That used to be Safety 1. Safety 2 was a Chevy, but it was only a smaller one, a 350, whatever it was. But now we've upgraded and got Toyota Hiluxes. So yeah, we've it's got
upgraded from a big ass Chevy to a fucking Hilux.
Yeah, it's got aircon.
Well, some days you need that.
Yeah.
Sydney Dragway does get belting hot out there.
Oh,
there's no fucking shade.
No, so, you know, I've been there on a 40, 45 degree day in the blistering sun from start to finish, and
fuck,
it does hurt.
you drink that much water and nothing would come out of you. Like, you wouldn't piss all day.
No, and when you do try, nothing happens anyway.
Your dick just starts farting dust.
Yeah, exactly. So,
where are we up to? Are you a Fire at any other comps, or is it just Sydney Dragway you're set to? Do you do any other comps around, like Sydney or Sydney Metro? Or?
So I've been in charge of the fire team for Summonats 1 year,
right,
on the pad.
How was that?
Yeah, it was mad.
That was a lot.
That was insane.
Yeah.
But we got asked by Chick Henry to come down there.
Yeah. By himself.
By himself. Sick. We got asked to come down and run the burnout pad. And so me and a few of the other guys from Sydney that I said, you know, you want to come? They're like, yeah. So we went down and ran the pad. They're like, oh, you got to wear a helmet. I'm like, what are we wearing a helmet for?
What are you going to hit your fucking head on? What's
And I
going to
said-
fall from the sky?
I said, why are we wearing a helmet? We don't wear a helmet. I said, just let us do what we do at Sydney. That's why we're here. So, yeah, no, I've worked a couple of years down there at Summernet. So
That's cool.
The first year I worked, I was on the patrol team. So
Yep.
our job was to patrol the whole of Summernats
Oh, fuck. That would have been a mission.
in a
Just
ute.
lapping.
Yeah, just doing laps. So you had to,
Well, in saying that, that would have been a lot. You're out there with all the cars. That would have been cool.
yeah. So we had all the cars, you know. You had to watch your head because, you know, the smart asses would give you a bit of a clip around the back of the ears as you're driving around.
I would never do that.
No, never. But it was good. Good experience.
For sure.
Like from
Being involved in all of that, and when you're a spectator at these events, you just focus on that. You just get to cut laps all day.
Yeah.
And put out basically spot fires.
Fires, accidents. We did a fuel raid the first time I worked there. That was
A
interesting.
fuel raid.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like going checking for people bringing fuel in?
So what we had to do, was go to each campsite and have a smell for any fuel that they had, because they're not allowed to have fuel. As soon as we did the first one, there was a runner, and he went and told everyone. They wanted
Just so you know, when you did that, you didn't get fucking mine.
I
I
know.
had 400 litres of methanol hidden in my truck, and you didn't get it.
well, they wanted us to raid Victor Bray and Brett Stevens.
Yeah, that would have worked out well.
So that
Were they running nitromethane then, or were they just running methanol in those cars?
just methanol in,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the door slammers. But
Does anyone bring nitromethane to like events like that? Do they, like the fuelers, when they come there, do they still run them?
not nitro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run nitro, but it gets brought in before the event.
Is that a volatile fuel or not really? Is it just
Not nitro.
yeah?
Yeah, it'll blow your arm off.
Really? Like
So-
what? Like in comparison to methanol, how bad is it?
So one day we were talking with Jim Reed from Reed Racing, and we said, Jim, how volatile is this stuff? Like
Yeah, like what
he
he's
said,
dealing with.
well, you can throw a match at it and it won't do anything. But you hit it,
Methanol's pretty much the same. Like we pour methanol on fire, it's so boring.
Yeah.
Pour petrol on a fire, it's fucking sick.
exactly. But if you hit it with a hammer, it'll blow up.
What?
Yeah, that's strange. So
Like a train debt.
yeah, so if you've got a cold or flu and you want to clear it up, go to the next nitro meet and it clears it up straight away.
Yeah, right. I stood on the start line for a top fuel that's taken off, and it was fucking.
Yeah,
The inside, you don't. I don't even know how to explain it. You feel your insides just like go like that when they
Yeah.
take off. It is,
and
fucking
everything
cool.
is like, and you don't see nothing. It's
No, but
blurry.
but it's sort of like slow motion because you're sitting like. Well,
Yeah.
that's when I was watching it. They were just sort of my brain was
Yeah.
watching them go up the track, which is fucking wild.
So the best way with top fuel is you watch the tree come down, and when it gets to the last yellow, be ready, because that's when the earth's going to shake. That's when they take off at 1,000,000
So
miles
sick.
an hour. One full rotation of a tyre, they told us, is 100 k's an hour already,
What?
and it hasn't even left the start line yet.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so they are. Yeah, they're mad. We've had some big accidents with fuel
Fucking hell,
cars.
there's been some big accidents there.
We've had Darren Morgan. What's he from? Premier.
Who was that cunt that went full noise through the safety chute at the end and broke it?
Which time?
Or is that a common thing?
So we've had Pommy Steve Reed went through the whole lot. He was lucky. I actually didn't work that event. It was one event I didn't work, and he went through the net, through the back.
Fuck, you would have nearly been on the road.
Yeah, the fuel bite was the worst from.
Oh, the one that got caught up and kept going
Yeah,
in
and
the net.
he took off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Matheson, when Matheson came off, I usually I stand out a little bit from the wall so I can see straight down the track from the bottom end. Something told me,
Don't do that.
don't stand there, stand on the other side.
Yeah,
Which was lucky, because when he come off, his lanyard snapped off his
I
arm.
remember. I watched that fucking 5 minutes ago when we were sitting out there.
and the bike was still at full noise. The only thing held up was the handlebar against the wall, and it went through past us, through the net, destroyed the net, and it landed halfway up the back hill. And then we had to go and chase it, so I didn't set fire to the hill.
How do you get it down from up there?
We had to get a tow truck to come right round, and then we had to winch it to the top under the truck.
You had to go
Like
back
Gareth.
up the hill.
Yeah,
fuck me.
Yeah, so Gareth Davies, when he had his tow truck
Mm-hmm.
come round, and then we sort of abseiled down the side of the hill with the cable and just tied it on, and just dragged it straight up.
Did it fuck the bike?
Oh, the bike was destroyed, yeah.
Fast bike too.
Was.
Fuck. He must have rebuilt it because he still races, isn't he?
No, he's retired now. He ran his 5-second pass,
I mean, that was it.
and that was it. He said as soon as he
wanted to
ran
do
the
that?
5, that was his retiring.
Don't you have to run it? You have to do it twice, don't you? Isn't there someone drag race?
No. Once he ran that 5,
It was it.
he said that was it. I'm not
Okay.
doing it again.
How the fuck do you stand in that fire suit all day next to that pad? Like, how many layers is it?
There's, depending on what we wear, if we wear the greens that you see us wear, the limes, they're anywhere up to 3 layers deep.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously with their flash hood on, their gloves.
So your body's completely covered head to toe.
Yeah, we're completely covered head to toe. So we got flash hood, sunnies, obviously earplugs, and then we got our gear and our gloves and our boots, and that's it. And then we stay in that all day.
That would fucking stink by the end of the day. Sweating.
Yeah,
all day. It's got a tang to it.
It's got a bit of a
It'd have to have a tang to it, bro. Like
yeah.
my shirts stink, and I'm usually wearing a fucking t-shirt or a long sleeve, and mine stink. I can only imagine how bad you'd just be sweating inside.
Yeah. So it just depends on what we decide to wear. A lot of the times you'll see us on the big burnout comps, like Brash and that's just gone. The boys were in, and the ladies were in limes.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of them will wear just like a yellow jacket or
Mm-hmm.
some pants, whatever they've got. So, yeah, it just depends what gear you got and what event you wear.
Is that your gear, or do the track supply them, or?
No, that's our gear. So that's excess stuff that we've seconded from somewhere, and we've just gone with that.
Okay.
So,
Now,
yeah.
Another question I just popped into my head. I've seen you had some stacks on the pad. How bad is it when you go over with a full fire extinguisher in your hand?
Yeah, it's not a good thing because obviously you're trying to get to the car because
It's on fire.
it's on fire and everyone spends lots of money on cars, and our job is as soon as it catches fire, we want to put it out.
Yeah.
That's our thing. Hardest part, you don't see the oil, you don't see whatever.
If they're going rods out, there's a whole motor's worth of oil.
Everywhere.
Sharp fucking hot as fuck parts.
Yes. There's stuff everywhere. Have had a couple of
Any fucking real good ones?
I haven't, but a few others have.
I remember seeing some can't go like full, completely ass up, upside down. His head basically scraped on the ground. I don't remember
we've had one that slid straight into the side of a car.
I remember that, and yeah.
Yeah.
What
so
can you do?
You can't do anything.
It's just fucking
you get up and say sorry, and then put the car
collateral
out.
damage.
Yeah, that's it. So you just get up, put the car out.
Yeah.
But we're getting back to other places. I was actually asked to run the fire team for that first burnout comp they had under lights in Queensland a few years ago.
Burnout All Stars.
Burnout All Stars. I was asked to run the fire team for that.
Yep.
2 weeks prior to that, broke my wrist, couldn't go.
Did you end up going up to watch or anything?
No.
It was a different event. It was good, like definitely good, but they definitely put into a lot into the show side of it. Like it was very visually lighting and fucking laser lights and fireworks and fucking it was cool.
The only thing I didn't like was you look at their fire team members and they're in fluorescent yellow safe.
Oh yeah, that real Bernie stuff.
Yeah, that real Bernie stuff that goes up like that.
You grind with the fucking fluoro on the cunt fucking sticks to you.
That's right. So
what makes you come back to putting yourself on the line to get what comes back? What brings you back all the time to putting yourself on the line, putting yourself in danger to do this job?
Well, at the end of the day, it's something that I've always liked to do. Mm-hmm. Being part of, as some of the people call it, the best fire team in the country.
I believe that.
We've got a good reputation for what we do.
Mm-hmm.
One of the safest reputations for what we do as well. If something happens, our job is to get there, make sure the driver's all right, make sure we get the car out straight away. That's the main priority that we look after. Mm-hmm. And every time we've had an incident, that's the first thing we've always done, and we've done it down to the T.
You've got your shit sorted.
Yeah, so and a lot of the time we don't have to tell each other. We already know what
That's how a good team
we're
works.
going to do. So
a good team works with, you know what you're doing, and that person should either know what they're doing or have your back in what you're doing because you've got there first.
Yeah, so it's always good that knowing that we can go to a job and not have to tell them. Obviously, when we get new members that come in, we've got to explain to them, which we do.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them have all got fire experience background, so
that would help.
That helps, and they know that if they see orange stuff, put it out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you get methanol, because when methanol leaks, you can't see it. And if it's on fire, you can't see it.
Put the invisible fire out of my buddy.
That's right.
When he's running around on fire, you can't see it. So I've had fires in my engine bay and they've obviously been going for a while because afterwards you see how much shit's burnt.
Yeah.
And you don't know. And then the only reason that you've seen it's on fire is because it started burning something plastic.
That's right.
That's the only fire you see. And then you look and the paint's all fucked. You're like, man, this cunt must have been going for a while.
So with methanol, until it hits plastic, paint, whatever, it'll burn clear. You won't see it. We look for a heat haze. So if something happens, you can see an actual heat haze. It's kicking off.
That's growing, not just going straight up.
Yeah. So methanol's probably one of the hardest ones to deal with.
For sure.
It's a couple of years ago we had a burnout comp there where a bloke brought a 1 tonne ute from Queensland.
Mm-hmm. Orange one.
That orange one had like 90 litres of methanol. Problem was the fuel cell was bolted directly to the thing. It didn't have any rubbers for it to flex, and it split the tank.
A metal tank?
Yeah, so it split the tank. So on the day, there was only 2 of us that were available for that comp, and we worked hard. Me and me mate, we busted our asses to try and fix it, and everyone's yelling at us.
That was one of the videos we just watched out there, and we could hear them yelling at you in the crowd. And I said to Sean, there's only fucking 2 of them out there.
Yeah. And
so is there any other backups to bring the ute down in that situation?
So we had people to bring the utes. I ran on to get one of them, and someone brought the other one. But why are you putting the pad out? Well, the problem is the fuel is here and it's following the car and it's on fire. So where's it going to go? It's going to follow.
Keep chasing it.
So if you can try and eliminate that source first, and then deal with the car, and everyone's like, why are you pushing it onto the grass? Well, because methanol piles up, as you know, when you used to run it in your thing. It'll pile up on the concrete and it won't go anywhere. As where on the grass we can put it out because it'll soak into the ground. So there's a lot of different things that,
but that's your fucking job, not theirs. They're just cunts sitting in the stand screaming at you. It's your fucking job. You know what you're doing.
And that's what I turned around and said. If you can do better, jump the fence and come and help. Because at the end of the day, it's easy for these people to sit in the grandstand and go, oh, the car's on fire, and you look and it's like a pipe fire or a little tyre fire. Like, we all know that some guys can get them out, some guys can't. And if they can't get it out and it gets too big, then we're going to stop you and put you out. That's
like when if your tyres go up when you've already felt them slap, so they've already broke the cap off, all they got's a bit of wire to go, and it's on fire. They're going to go out. That tire's going to blow the fire out within another couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Like why rush him and stop? Just fucking by the time they're off and he's over here, that fire's going to be completely out.
Yeah. So, and the other problem is too, a lot of them, they don't clean the excess rubber from previous events, so they just bolt tires on it and away they go, and it heats up. It also depends too on how you work your exhaust systems.
100%. That's a massive factor.
If you have the exhaust system, my theory, out the back a little bit longer, like what they've done on UC Smoke now and Cranky, they've gone a little bit further out. So all that excess fuel blows away. It's not building up behind the rear bar.
I've had extractors, just straight cut extractors when it was blown. Never, ever had a tyre fire.
Yeah.
Actually, we had one fire. The first burnouts when we remember we were all backed up to the wall.
Yeah.
But that wasn't exhaust fire. That was literally rubber piling against the wall and caught fire.
When they done that World Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what caught fire. That's the only fire I've ever had. I've never had a fire. And now with the LS and I pushed them straight out the sides.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I pushed them outside because it's come so fucking quiet. I'm like, ew.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I pushed them outside. I wouldn't push them back towards the tyres. It's just it's just dangerous.
So,
and mate, another one. Do you like the burnouts or do you like the fires? I love seeing a fucking tyre fire. I fucking love it. Like if someone goes up, I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go, baby.
I like the burnouts. You know, you sit there and you watch all the new cars come out, and you're like, yeah, this thing's a tough little, you know. And then you get people like Brett Battersby come out in blown Lux. You know,
just fucking run.
When I seen that, I was like, that's sick. You know?
On the side, being on pad side when Battersby comes out, just fucking run it. Your ears hurt. You get pelted with rubber.
Yes.
Yeah. I would like to stand there and cheer him on when he comes towards me, but my ears fucking hurt. You've got earplugs in. I can't run them in because when I have earplugs in, I can't talk properly.
Yeah,
My phone,
half the time the earplug falls out, so you're like, it's a bit loud. But yeah, no, it's I love burnouts. The first time I'd done a burnout event, one particular car came out, and I fell in love with that car straight away, and that was Rhino's Tirana.
Yeah, it's hard not to love that thing.
Right. I saw that Tirana and that was it.
It's coming back.
It's coming back, yes. And, you know, I've got my theory. I've got 5 top cars that I like.
Who are they? Spit them out.
Right. So Rhino's is one. Mm-hmm. Brash's little Corolla.
Yeah.
Brett Battersby's thing. Peter Gruzmere when he had At Risk.
Which one?
At the green one.
Yep.
Was sick.
Yeah.
And
mad colour, mad stance.
And it was just
fuck off motor.
And it was just insane.
Yep.
And what was the other one? Brett Stevens is Jack Daniels' ute.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. Fuck. That was a while ago.
Push start, blown, push start, does burnout, drives it off, changes tyres.
Fuck, I had forgotten about that car. Fuck. Where is he now? I haven't heard or seen from you.
No, don't know where he is.
Just sort of falling off the...
he's
doing his own thing.
Not doing what he's... But that ute, I was like, if that was ever to be sold, which it did get sold.
It did,
yeah, 10 grand.
That's what it sold for?
10 grand it sold for from what I heard.
With the motor?
Everything, just the whole lot.
Fuck me.
I was like, I want that car.
Yeah.
And in the whole time too that I've been at the Dragway, I've been in one burnout car.
What? Whose?
Shane from Bad 502.
Yeah. Fuck. I'd forgotten about that car too.
Yeah.
What's he? Where is he?
Don't know. Haven't seen Shane for a while.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
No, but yeah.
The big fella.
So I've always wanted to go in Rhino's car. Mm-hmm. Because it's like I said, as soon as I seen that, it was like, like the Rhino's Tirana was just off tap. And Brasher, I'd always loved it because obviously I get along pretty well with Mick.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been in Shane's car and he looked at me one day because when I went in, I had a fire extinguisher. He said, "What are you doing with that?" And I said, "Well, when we catch fire." And he goes, "But you're inside the car." And I said, "Yeah, that's all right. Mm-hmm. Flames come inside too." So, but yeah.
Has there been any big memorable fires that, like, besides that one you just said with the fuel cell break-in? Has there been any other big just fuck off fires that you in your memory?
Yeah, Mark Delacqua.
Oh yeah.
In the Escort.
Yep.
We used 9 extinguishers on that one little Escort because we just could not get it out.
What was it?
Just when we spoke to him, he said it was like a 10-cent piece, and it was for the fuel line, something like that. We just couldn't get it out.
The battery probably still on.
Battery was on. So, you know, now the way that I'd look at it, a lot of these burnout cars now, as a safety perspective, is at the back of them they should have an instant shut off.
Yeah, or even have it somewhere that's easy to grab, not inside the car. I
Yeah,
remember when we were there at Brashnats, we were trying to put old mates. Was it Brashnats? Fucking whatever. I can't remember. We're trying to put the fire out, and I said, "Can't turn your isolator off." And he's going, "No, it wasn't. It was a different show completely." I'm going, "Turn your isolator off." He goes, "I can't. I've got to get in there."
yeah,
I said, "Well, fucking get in there. This car ain't going out."
yeah,
It was pumping just fuel.
Yeah.
It was the other track.
that cross the air. It would have been Supernats or something like
And
that.
it was a power cruise one.
Oh, yeah.
And this fucking wagon was just burning. I'm like, I said
Yeah.
to him, "Someone get in there." I said to Forrest, "Get in there and turn that off." "Oh, you can't get near it." I said, "You ain't putting that out. It's just pumping fuel
Yeah.
from the middle straight onto the fire."
Yeah.
And the fire's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I said, "Someone needs to get in there and fucking turn it off." And luckily, it burnt the back off the switch, I think.
Yeah. So
And it turned it off.
it needs in the burnout scene. It needs to be things need
Mandatory.
to be mandatory that they put a isolator switch outside the car.
Well, there you go, cunts. If you listen, you're building your shit boxes, put the isolator switch outside where you can get it. In saying that, mine's outside, but it's in a bit of a kind of a spot, but it's outside the car.
Yeah,
It's under the tray.
And you know, if you do it and you put where you're going to put it, there's an actual blue triangle
That
sticker
was the
that.
next thing I was going to say. Just stick it so they could see where it is.
So we know that if it's on fire and we can't,
Well, a lot of the fuel fires, if it's like from the carbies or fuel system back, that fucking fuel pump is going to empty that tank with a fuel line wide open.
well, you have a look at perspective. Have a look at Swifty at Brashnats
Yep.
when the whole back of that car was on fire.
What caused that? That was a wild fire.
So probably you'd find there was a crack in the tubs.
Yep.
And it's got inside and it's just caught fire in there. And we've had a couple of fires inside cars. We've actually had to rip a whole back seat out once because
I've seen that. I've seen plenty of them. Yeah.
I think you were there, and we were ripping the back seat out. And you're like, "Sutto, what are you doing?" We're like, "Ripping the fucking seat out, mate.
It's on
It's
fire,
on fire. We got to get it out."
And I didn't see what you were doing until after you flipped it over, and it was fucking
the
burnt.
whole all that foam stuff was on fire. So
And those once that foam catches fire, it is a cunt to put out.
and it stinks, and it's really bad. So
I've had it in a couple of paddy bashes where they've caught fire, and we end up just ripping all the shit out and throwing it on the ground.
Yeah.
And letting it burn because
Yeah.
we tried to put it out. It just kept the water wasn't penetrating. It was just burning deeper and deeper.
and it's like a gluey foam. Like
Yeah.
it just the more you put on it, the bigger it gets.
Yeah.
So you're better off just throwing it away. So
Let the gun burn.
yeah,
It's just another seat.
that's it.
But most of them are stock seats anyway.
Yeah, and buy another one.
Yeah, that's it. What's the biggest and scariest fire you've had to deal with on the pad? Have you ever been burnt?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like had a big tyre fire hit you or something?
Yeah. Clint Rowley's Cortina.
That was a fucking weapon.
So I actually got pinned against the fence and
At
Sydney. I got pinned and I got burnt in the face and stuff. It come through the balaclava.
Fuck.
And worst part was my missus was sitting in the grandstand and seen it,
Watching you get burnt.
watching me get
Fuck,
burnt.
that's horrible.
Yeah, so as soon as that car had stopped, I sort of ran straight to the ambulance and said, "I've been burnt." They just put water on me and cooled me down. And once I was cooled down, I put the flash hood and the glasses on and went back and did what I had to
Fucking
do.
bad cunt.
Yeah, so, but no, it's good fun out there. I love it.
I can tell. Oh, you've been doing it for this long. You do love it. What about you? You got any questions for me?
Just from your perspective as a driver, how do you think that we go when we at shows at Sydney and
I love it, bro. I can't fault you.
yeah,
Never fault you. You're always on top of it straight away. You just let the little fires go, which I fucking 100% agree with that. If it's a fucking exhaust bracket on fire, let the cunt burn. What's it going to hurt?
yeah,
The little oil drips on the extractors, they ain't hurting anyone. Let them go. I love the way you assess what's there. Like from a driver's perspective, it's still a competition for us. So we still want to finish. And that little oil drip that's just burning a little bit ain't hurting anyone. And use a monitoring. If it gets out of control, then shut us down.
Yeah.
But I like the way you let that happen and just monitor it instead of just fucking jumping in there being a hero. Like, oh, it's on fire, can't stop. Oh, it's actually stopped now because it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? I like the way you assess it and if it is bad or it's going to damage their car, you will stop us. But
Yeah.
that's all I like. I applaud what you do, and I think it's great.
And that's the biggest thing. And I say to everyone is, you know, you guys spend lots of money. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a 4-cylinder or these big monster things that are coming out now with big motors and all that. At the end of the day, you put your money into it. Our job is to save it. So that's why.
Shut up and let us do our job.
If we think that, okay, Dave, you can get over the line, as soon as you get over that line, we can put you out.
Yep.
Because you're not going to get disqualified
Yep.
being on the pad. So we understand that, okay, you want to finish your
and
job.
as a commentator, if I see them and know they're on fire and they're tired, they're tired, like their burnout's over, I'll fucking scream at them, get over the line.
Yeah, and then
and he's already, by that stage, he's already fucking running flat to get away.
Yeah, they're already chasing them and putting them out. So
yeah.
But no, other than that, just love doing what everyone does, mate. You know, there's always new cars coming out.
You just get the best seat in the house.
Get the best seat in the house. It may be a bit loud. Sometimes, depending.
Yeah.
There has been a lot of loud cars, like that Captain, that thing.
Fuck me.
Is loud as hell.
Yeah.
Loud as hell.
You know, another one's loud? Skidmar with his fucking pipes facing straight up. They sort of just hit you in a different angle. Fucking hurt.
What's he? Dom Lucci's is loud now too with that new setup.
Yeah.
The only thing I can suggest, Dom, is don't point your
so high up.
Don't point so high up, because that brushing, that's if your passenger was going to put his arm out the window, he was getting a burn arm.
Fucking oath he was. It'll keep him in the car.
They were big flames. So,
yeah, that was sick.
But yeah, no, other than that, it's just, it's mad fun. Love being a fiery. Done it a long time. You get hurt, you get back up, and you just keep going.
That's it. Well, mate, I think we'll wrap it up there. And thank you, mate, and keep doing what you're doing,
mate.
brother.
Yeah, thank you.